guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. Now this might be a little bit different from what you're normally used to, but today we are going to be building my brand new gaming PC. So I got the motherboard. So the reason why I chose this B550 Gaming XV2 motherboard is because it comes with all the great features that every single motherboard, in my opinion, needs to have. Now, let's just get started with this build. Let's get this motherboard out of here. Okay, so we got the platform. This is a insane motherboard to me. This is the best motherboard I've ever had. Let me get my old CPU because I'm going to be reusing this for the build. So I'm going to be reusing my old Ryzen 5 4500 in this CPU as a CPU for my build. There we go, CPU installed. Next, I like to go with RAM. I'm going to be reusing my old RAM sticks because prices are crazy these days. So let me get these sticks installed. Number one. And yes, I'm not going with no crazy RGB, DDR4, all that type of good stuff, because I don't need it. Next, we have my SSD, my brand new SSD. I'm just trying to find my screwdriver, which I have found. I'm going to be putting this SSD in the topmost slot where the SSDs normally go for the fastest speed, because this is the fastest SSD I could have gotten, and it's a 512 gig. 512 gig Heek-Semi SILT SSD. So PCIe Gen 3 SSD, NVMe, M.2 SSD, yeah, with all the great stuff. So I have personally never installed one of these, but it is a nice looking SSD. I believe you just go like that, get your little screw to keep it in place, just want to hand tighten it like that. Perfect. So we got the main platform done basically. Because I got a new case and new cooler, I'm not going to be using my stock cooler that came on this PC or came with the CPU. So I'm going to be using a new all-in-one liquid cooler that I have. Boards for the CPU, but it doesn't really get hot, but I'm getting it for upgrade purposes because I'm looking to buy a better CPU down the line. Because the CPU is pretty strong, but there's always better. So I'm just gonna get these cables out because I'm gonna be using them. Two SATA cables. Good. So now we're done with I got the case. It's the Montec Air 903 Max. It comes with 4 pre-installed fans, 3 of which is ARGB, which are in the front, and 1 non-RGB that is in the back. The reason why I picked this case was cheap, it's nice, and comes with great features like support for a 360mm AIO front and top. It comes with, as I said, pre-installed fans, all 4 of which are 140mm. It has a tempered glass side panel, captive screws, comes with Type-C ports, and there's just a lot of space to work in. So let's start by taking everything off. Side panel number 1, with the captive screws. Side panel number 2. Also captive screws. Let's go ahead and run to the back. Get the accessory box on, the manual, which we won't be needing. The accessory box we will be needing though, because there are screws in here that I do need. Here's all the screws, cable ties, everything. And if you guys didn't see already, pre-installed fan hub, pre-installed cable ties, everything. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be taking this one out, because I'm going to be putting my old SSD on here. There we go. So now I can just pop this one back on there. Do a little one of these. There we go. SSD install is not going anywhere. I'm going to be having to take this one out as well, because I got a hard drive I'm going to be putting in here as well for a little bit more storage. In total, I'm going to be having 2 terabytes in this PC. My last PC had a little bit more, but I'm not going to be putting 3 hard drives in this one again. Putting the hard drive in the bay, or the sleigh, or sled, or whatever you call it. And the nice thing is, this thing doesn't have to be on the same spot. It can move from here to here like a little bit. That's the nice thing about this case. There's a lot of space. So I'm going to be moving it more to the front, because I want all the space I can get for PSU cables. I didn't get a new power supply, so I'm going to be showing you guys that one now. Just want to get this motherboard installed and get to that. Okay, now we're done for this side of the case. At least for a while. Got the motherboard now. You know, while we're at this, before we install the motherboard, I'm going to be taking out this rear fan. It might be a 140mm, but it's non-RGB. And because I'm going to be replacing it with a old one of mine, it is a RGB case fan I'm going to be replacing it with. Full RGB, except RGB RAM, because I got a new cooler, as I mentioned. And the card doesn't look too bad. My graphics card, it's a new one as well. There's only 2 components in this whole build I'm reusing. Got the replacement fan right here. It might be a 120mm, but it's fine. RGB is better than non-RGB in my eyes. So let's get this case fan through here. But there we go. That should be right smack in the middle. Okay. Got the motherboard screws. Okay, there we go. Most exciting part, the board is going in. So up next, I think it's time for the power supply at least. Because there are a lot of cables we're going to be have to deal with. So, I of course win. But the Gamer Star Deepcool PQ, I believe. Yeah, PQ 850 watt, 850G. This is an 850 watt fully modular power supply. It is 80 plus gold certified. Comes with the little braided things. Comes with braided cables. Very nice unit. As I said, fully modular, no cables. Can select what I want. Never had such a heavy power supply before. Get the cable out. 24 pin, very nice braided cables. What's this? 8 pin, what CPU, W, what? Here's the 600 watt 12x6 connector, the killer of connectors. This is the CPU power, I need that. This is Molex SATA. This is also Molex and SATA. This is PCIe. This is also PCIe. This is as well SATA, Molex, and this should be PCIe. Yeah. So we got the. I'm not sure what connected this is. Oh, this is the CPU. CPU. Also another CPU. PCIe 24 pin, I'm gonna be needing one of these Molex to SATAs and what. This is the only SATA one, and this is a Molex one. So I believe that's all I'm gonna be needing. Yeah, there is screws with this part, but that's good, that's nice, that's very good. And more cable ties. Before I finish doing the cables and start with them, gotta open up this. This is my new CPU cooler. It is a Montech Lightflow ARGB 360. The other hardware are for Intel CPUs. I have an AMD one, so this is the one I need. This is not the one I need. Well, this is gonna be a tight one. This thing is already starting to get heavy. There we go. Now this one can go back up here and just tape. Let's put some thumb and paste on this thing. Yeah. Almost forgot to peel that one off. Gotta do it in cross pattern, otherwise you're doing it wrong. There we go. I can push this through to there. I do believe now it is time to close up this panel. Actually went like a glove. Yo. For the best part, thing I'm most excited about, new graphics card. Here we go, let's get this baby in. Get some papers. And there's the beast. The RX 7600. So I'm gonna be taking that one off. One display port and one HDMI. And I can put this one back, this, and this. This one back where it belongs. Now I can slot this one in, and there we go. We can do this. Get our side panel. Hurry to get it. That's it, guys. Thank you for the wonderful stream. I'm going to be seeing you guys next time.